section.
They went good though.
Yeah, everything went. Mom's good, baby's good.
Like you said, seen a picture?
Oh yeah, they posted all over Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Instagram probably as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's a little cutie.
Does he look like Brian?
Everybody says Cora. I can't honestly tell either way at the moment.
They always tell.
Yeah. He's got a little head of hair, nothing too crazy. She got a video posted of him like sneezing. It's super cute. We've been telling Brian like all week, all of us instructors, is like, dude, take as much time. Get to a point where we have to ask him if he's coming back.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I got it. So I understand like the hour break, but it's like, man, if you can soak up all the time in the world, take it.
Oh yeah.
Those first like couple months fly by.
Never get it back.
No. I was at the DC when I had my son, and I got that 2 weeks off. I was working weekends, but it freaking flew by.
Oh man. Which department did you work in?
Everywhere that you could work in, I worked in all of them. At that time, I was working in the freezer.
I did 3 days.
I hate it. Yeah.
They make us run freezer trips at the end of the shift. How you doing?
I was looking around, I was like, man, where the hell is everybody?
I know.
Nobody showed up right at me.
Dude, it's like the 5:30 class. I've come to a couple of them, and it's like, I got here at 3 minutes early, and everybody just piled in right at 5:30 class. Laura told me she was going to be here.
I think she pulled in.
Oh, that was her there.
Yeah, that's not a car pulled in. I have not too crazy.
I might have to go early.
Oh, you get We're waiting.
I literally just walked in and I was like, I got to text her. And then you weren't here yet.
We're waiting on you.
Sure you did.
It's not a normal shark class. I wouldn't do that. I like to do that. I like to make sure that everybody in that class is at least trained to do at least a month before I throw them in like 15 rounds. Although we did have a new, well, we got a new guy who trains like all of us. We did 15. As I said, we did like 10 rounds at a time. He trained down in Texas. We said, you know, it's very I mean, what's his face? Boyden, they were standing in the last round. And Boyden
Why are you tying your belt like that?
Never question another person has right. I do mine my way, and everyone else does it weird.
I do mine like Hickson.
I consider if you don't do it my way, you're just a weirdo. That's how I do it.
You like wrap yours around.
Yeah, I do, because it's going to come undone.
Mine's going to come undone too. Have you gone with Reese yet? The 16-year-old kid, bleach hair?
Oh, yeah, he always wants to wrestle. I pull him down. And if we just do wrestling rules, yeah, he just dominates. But I go, yeah, I don't do just wrestling.
Yeah, no. I submitted him from my back, and he was like, ugh.
I just put him in a guillotine, and then he'll try to do the
That's
wild.
what Micah was doing,
yeah. It's like, okay, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
I just want to roll with him because he's always very, like, he'll do something. He's an I'll show him.
I got a scissor sweep on him, he goes, woo!
I put my arm in his throat, and he tried to do the teenage angst, like, I'm a gas. Yeah, you're not going with your neck's going to pop off before you get a gas. That's my favorite thing when people like, I get, it's like, I used to like have gone, like, my neck would be about to pop off, and my gas you can't swallow for a month straight.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
Alright, guys, and gal. So, Brian's out. His core finally had a baby last night. Saw the class and show it. So, I don't know how long Brian will be out. Like, we're trying to push him to take as much as 3 times as we can. He's funny black belts and brown belts in that right class. We're just doing Nessa, nothing too crazy. I'm not even sure if nothing too crazy today. Tonight will be a little bit more crazy. My notes are always the same. But other than that, we're about it. right into it. She's gonna be we're gonna do 2 guard breaks, so she'll be on the back, I'll be in close guard. So we're going to do the typical slider and windshield wiper pass. Both these are headless or head pass. Wherever your arm goes is fine on this. But hands in the hips now, fun little detail is I bring one. I'm always going to go to this side on my guard break, so I'm going to take the opposite hand. And whether or not her belt buckle's there, you're just going to kind of go in the area where you know normally that belt buckle's at. And then we're not going to just push. I'm going to palm to the mat and then slide back like that. That nice little push on the midsection there. Sometimes you get right on the bladder. It's really good, especially if you have to knee and try to hold it. That kind of stops him from keeping his legs open. Then I'm bringing that knee back first. Other knee in the tailbone. Then I bring it back a little bit more. Great. Slider. Now, in the slider, as I come through, I typically show it a different way, but for this one, as I come through, I'm going to swim this arm around. So here, I swim. And if you want to go head, you can just automatically grab like there. Or if you want to go under, you can go there. But for the head one, I'm here, slider, sit through, try not to pull the hair out, grab here. And then, with those hips, nice little pressure. And then you want to make it even worse, you're going to take this tricep, elbow grip, go one together, tricep, elbow. And then kind of take the slack, my elbow's got some slack in it. Take that slack out, and then straighten your arm here too. Lift her head, nice and easy. It's making my breathing a little constrained. It's going to make hers worse. So that was a fun new detail about this grind and being about you. So
Which one? Are you talking about straightening your arm?
yeah, I'm here. So this one here, first. Now automatically, I'm not doing that. You get your arm pushed back, all that fun stuff. I pick up on the quad, and then that forearm starts grinding. But on this knee and tailbone break, this knee has to go back first. So the same knee that's on the leg you're going to break up has to go back. So it gives you space to go back here. As you get here, this is the fun part. I could be here, but see how I got no weight. None of my knee or foot on the mat, it's all in the thigh. So then I swim over here, sit through, right? Then when I get here, I take the biggest thing is I can say it 1,000 different ways. Just take the slack out of your elbow. So I'm gonna try and elbow myself to the side. That takes the slack out there on the tricep. Then from here, I got this grip. Just straighten my arm. I'm not gonna do that. It's more so straighten in there. It's gonna lift anyways.
Looks nice.
If I wanted to, if you wanted to go to the mean one, you just double grip the arm. That lifts the head too. I like this one because it makes me more mobile. I feel like I'm up around this one. Not as bad, but her head is my way of wanting to do it. Move out, she's fine. She's gonna do this all you, so. Yeah. So from right here, that's the first one, slider pass. The second one, windshield wiper pass. Like I said, two very basic. It's the same break. Here, in the hips, come to the middle. I always go there first, then I come up here. Knee and tailbone break. Here. The second I feel on this one, the second I feel like come down, we're just there. And I'm taking outside. Now this back foot cannot stay where it's at, or else she does that and we go into a one little what is the word? Coyote grapevine situation where she'll pull that out. DJ was here last time. We did a lot of that. He was here too. For beginner class, we showed a lot of that fun stuff to pull them out. So before that happens, as you break, this heel goes to heel. So nice little prayer feet. Then from here, I just come down, and then from here I start to swim. I already got that overhook. Bring this leg over for the switch. Now this time, you can swim for under the head, or you can stay right here. All I did was, and then I just came up under this arm, and I started walking myself up. And now I've got the headless Tesla. I can start still grabbing there if I want to. Or you can just keep pressure. Either way, nice little headless Tesla. From here, you start walking to your arm work, getting all that. That's it. So same break, hips down, to the middle, nice and straight. Knee tailbone. Great, right there. Boom. Get here. Now you don't have to rush it. If she was to do that, that's perfectly fine. It's a full series. You're just still watching. Yeah. So if you're ever getting here, you feel that foot, even if the foot is curl up into you, just like you're grabbing that holster gun, find the toe, turn your upper body, and then you bring her big toe. We're all adults here. You're trying to put it in the booty hole. That's the basic way I can say toe hold is I'm turning that toe and I'm trying to plug the hole. If they don't tap by the time you get there, their foot is probably turn 6 ways from Sunday. So if you don't know the toe holder, don't go that from here. I'm just going to start knocking that off. Chest comes down. And then from here, just got everything nice and tight. So I'm going to swim inside. There we go. And then I've already got the underhook. So as I go to transition here, I just start walking up under. One more time. So we get the break. We're here. Pop it. Come down. Swim around. Under the arm. Start walking up. And script drill these two pretty heavy. Two white belt injuries. So I don't know the situation. Sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. You do have even numbers, so how he gets out here.
How it'll come out.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
All right.
Then grab that top.
Don't think about it as this as it is that.
Wait, your legs are so long.
This is a hard one to tell me. There.
Hey, Brad Laurel. I'm gonna see if I can get that. Yeah, go there. Yeah, and then you're gonna put pressure and
You want to do the windshield wipers? One.
So right there, you're going for the windshield wiper, everything's good. Now you're just gonna drop it into that. And this foot is going to, your heel's gonna come.
Yeah.
So you're gonna.
No, you're still pushing it down. Push
And then bring your hips
back.
forward.
There. That was
Now,
way
what
better.
you do is, once
Did
got
you
that-
feel the difference?
Yeah, like just curve my back into the
You're
position.
right, let
Yeah,
that come over,
because like
you right
your
hand
elbow and my
down.
thigh hurts, but I can deal with it. I can't deal with my feet being
So,
popped
here,
apart.
This bad boy's gonna move out, and that was because you're isolating that leg.
There. You go right here, and then bring this. Maybe you can bring like we're on that
There
foot,
we go. And pull that
and
back.
now go there.
Now, just sit there, and then right here, everything's good? With your toe right here, yeah, come up there.
Break my back. Burger. Okay,
Yeah, you want to.
No, try it.
That's almost like open hips. This one here, you're gonna kind of come about right here, and you're gonna drive that forearm down into there. And then, with our left leg, we're gonna bring that one back, and put our right one right in the center of that block. There you go. And yep, and then kind of lean, if it doesn't open, or if it does open like that again, still take that one back one more time. There you go, use that space. Yep. But you were driving across. There you go.
Because I don't have any.
And then your right one.
Yeah, but like then I'm gonna have to go
That's
somewhere else anyway.
Yeah.
To like take a breath.
Right, just,
No.
Yeah,
You're
no, I
okay,
feel that.
you're right here.
and it makes them feel like they're suffering for just a minute.
And this one is.
He was telling me that like
There you go.
a
Now you're just
140
gonna
pound Asian guy tapped his with just pressure. What?
There you go. And then bring this leg up a little bit, stop right there.
It had to be
Then
the other guy.
come up on.
No, it's not.
There you go, yeah. And then bring this arm under. The goal here is, the more you can make him make run now, the better you get for it.
Yeah, so that's when I came and had me like a
This one you can tap just from that pressure.
How would you two fit this lesson?
Yeah, he's super hard. He's super hard.
Oh, really?
One thing I do from right there is come back to
Doing about all
where go to the windshield wiper.
27th of July.
She
And
looks
as you're struggling to get out of it, like from right here,
I know.
I swim over the top. So he's got everything
Yeah.
tight right here. So I swim to the inside before I ever start to transition out of that, and then start pulling that right way up. Yep, and then as you come through, your right knee will right as you pull up here, your right knee will replace with it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
As long as you got that tricep, you should win that exchange. You can go side and forth, yeah. And then there's a whole,
That's the problem with pulling up really hard.
Basically, what Rob's gonna do.
Like, all I had to do was get my feet out of the way. Sit up. Because you're taking me that way. All I'm doing is riding you up.
BJ, that's BJ. I'm DJ.
I get a sound out.
Yeah, the other one. The other one. So that worked better.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely did. I would just have to address it. Like there, it's all day thing. So you still got to go away, which is why I think putting that back foot flat on the ground and then going away. Yeah, there's so much pressure on my heels already. Like it's over.
Over the years, I've seen people do. I used to do this one as well, but if they're baiting you and you put them on or put your arm through that triangle for a day, so I started grabbing top of that quad and then just dropping my going.
Have you did it?
If you try to do anything,
Really?
To the point where, like, anytime I make
the only way I'm breaking, I
No.
can't close guard.
No,
I'm
you're
just
not
scared
gonna
about what else you're doing because now I just put.
You may
all
know
the
you're
pressure.
it's coming.
If you was to go to push this arm or anything, more
Good.
likely to sit
That's
up. I've got constant pressure right here. Your legs gonna
I mean, I
pop
don't
open. The
think
second that leg
they're
pops
getting it, I'm
open
like,
at all, so a little pressure. The second I feel that there, I'm right there. So that's where I just replace that offset. So that's all I do is right here. I'm just constantly pushing pressure when he's got locked down. Because he's gonna have to, and I have that cup, so he's gonna have to grab it and pull, and as he goes to push pull, he
Are you gonna come?
that's
Dress out?
and then you turn that form into these sides, all bone on muscle, he's gonna do that exchange. And you're looking for that right there. This that because the second you open, you have a lot of pressure. You're opening. I used to be the 135 ring, so I was all the tricks in the trade back.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
This is good.
I'm private with Brian. It's
Talk to you tomorrow.
What are you getting?
And it just doesn't, I'm gonna have to start working over guard,
Yeah.
man.
I hate some days. It's like like
Really? Goldfish, like koi fish, or like goldfish, like.
I'm too small, man. Like, they just don't empower me, so. It's always me holding guard, they'll break it, and I get my guard back, and it just rinses over and over again.
I will literally just play. I'm like you. I'll play open guard all
Well,
day.
I don't really know
yes.
much about guard, so that's the problem. What were you gonna say?
And why not?
Our philosophy.
Okay, so get ready, guys.
Yes,
That's where you got it.
The second you give me any tiny little yeah, we're good. And I see why I'm like, you're gonna smash every. So for you, the reach part, that's why it's right. It's slow moving, and then you can go side to forward. That's what
To the ground.
Yeah, that's what my guy is now. Unless you can get slide slower. Yeah. If I can make you cry the whole time, I'm getting all right, guys, we'll bring back in. So, we're gonna go off the rails here a little bit. I showed this last night. The variation. So these ones, if you've been coming to class, we've been doing all the basics like that. Guard sit through, guard break and sit through. You go to side control, north, south, cancel. A lot of options right there. This next one's a little bit of a different style of how to get to here. I showed this last night, and I believe I showed it Monday. Now I've been showing this one a lot, so I do this a lot. Is you have variations on every. I say to start beginner classes. I will show you the move. I'll show you how it's supposed to look. But then as you drill more, you're gonna be like, okay, every time I do it, you got to kind of adjust in the microseconds because nothing ever goes perfect in a roll. If you roll it long enough, you know it'll never change stuff. So I tapped Laurel just like a few weeks ago in this class, and she cussed me out. So, but I'm gonna be in Turtle, and you see Turtle plays 1,000 different ways. She wants one of these arms to come through for the choke. A lot of times you get here and you do this. I used to do this, so I don't knock it. So now Brian's been talking a lot about that right there. And I'll even just put my forehead on the mat and I lift my arms above. So my biceps are above my ear so she can choke. So naturally what most people do is they come underneath. And for some reason everyone, they'll grab all this, they'll tighten and they think they're choking, they think they're ready to choke, they're going to take the back. You could take the back off this if the person lets it. But what we're going to do is manipulate and exploit the fact that she put both arms in for the taking. I call this the Venus flytrap because you have to be super patient and careful and just wait. So right here, I'm just dead, and then I'm going to go for the inside hand. So my opposite hand, my right hand here, is going to knuckles on the back or on the inside of my forearm, and then it slides down, finds her wrist. And then from here, I'm going to tripod, and this hand here, the elbow is going to go above her elbow. So I just forehead on the mat, and then up, and then from right here, I'm just going to sit through. And I start dragging up on the chest. Now, a lot of options right here. I can straight arm, you got your straight arm bar, wrist lock, all that fun stuff. If you don't know Kessel from here, I can stop, and I can go there. You got your nice little wrestler turnover for you can go full mount off that. But let's say she grabs here, and we want to stay on top going this way. So right here, I'm keeping that chest pressure. Find the head, and I turn. I'm not under the head yet, so then I work the tool right there. You should already put her arm where you need it to where we use that. That's okay. So, that will go back to the start. This is where you get your stuff mid-roll. And there, every time, if I have an arm right here, straight arm bar, like if I come here, and I go into the gap there, with a pinky out, there's a nice little easy arm bar wrist lock combo. I like to catch that one a lot. All you're doing is grabbing the wrist, and here in a second we're going to reverse it. So from right here, that up above the ears, she's going to be in Kessa or back control right here. Good. So from right here, I'm just going to swim in. I'm going to go to the inside arm. And then from here, I come up. Tripod, and then I'm just sitting through towards her. So my left leg is going to go there, and I come up on her chest. Now, if you get way over like this, yeah, you can just go to full mount transition or reverse Kessa. But from here, if she doesn't let go of that and she's got that grip hard, you can't break it, okay? I'm under, going to grab the elbow, and just turn it. Nice little turn down, and right there in the Kessa. Now, she's still got that grip, so she's still tight. Swim inside. I'm pushing it out. Break your grip. You can do that all the time. Then you reverse it. The goal of this one is get the chest pressure or back pressure on the chest. You can't be light, and we're not driving this thing here. You got to drive that pressure in. Try and take the chest in with your back, because if you don't, and they get off this and you try to break the arm right down, you're going to be leaning right back. So when you come through, plant that weight back of your chest, back of your back works. Put your back on your chest and put that pressure in. So from right here, I reach up, I grab, tripod, I sit through, I come up, and then I just walk. Yeah, makes it fun. If you get that rope, baby sucking your thumb, this arm here. We're not going to grab there. I'm going to come under the elbow, and then I'm going to push the pinky down, thumb to my mat. With my tap. Reach up, wrist lock. And then if she starts to come in, or you just want to transition, pull that wrist up. And make fun sound. That's our Americana there. Questions? Let's see it.
Howie!
You can do it to me if you need.
No,
you're do it to me.
It's not good. No, it's good.
Well, you see it.
I don't know. I've seen it like 15 times.
So
And
right
they
here.
did it to me just the other day.
Yeah, so from right here, I just swim through, grab, over the elbow. From right here, you have a land of possibilities. Because if she, for any reasons, if she starts doing anything, I've got her arm dead to right. So from right here, I'm not going to try and break it. I'm going to post, tripod. And then if for any reason you broke this grip, you have a straight arm. But if she holds it like she is, okay, I'm just going to start sitting into her. If she doesn't go over or they're bigger than you, what's going to happen is you're going to probably pop that grip and arm bar anyways. But if she keeps that, I'm going to grab the elbow and turn my hip. See, I don't have the head yet, but I'm in a good spot. If she goes, if I'm here, and I don't have it, she goes to turn up or do anything, right there. And then if she keeps that grip, from the inside, don't try to go there, go to the bicep. Push the bicep down, then come back over. Yeah. Let's do it. 1, 2. I'll let you prove it to Howard.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what I do with my arm, right?
No, not yet. We're going to do something bad here in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, easy. then if they straighten their arm out, they don't keep a grip, you straighten their arm out and break it, and then they complain that you tap them when they have dominance, so they keep it going. Yeah.
Reg, you want to do it to me?
That's
Oh, one of the high ranks. That's the
Sharp your
you know.
foot.
I feel like you could do that to me.
I do this to everyone.
I don't know, man.
I've done this to all of you.
I thought you were saying
I never go to test off, but I
I don't
always
know
turn
if
up
Law
when I
would do
get
that.
wrestler turnover and go back down.
It's like,
Test is right there. Like, Jitsu's literally a ball of clay, and this is one of those. There's 70 different things we can show. I can show you this is grabbing like that because, like I talked about again, Jordan's gonna move 60 different ways, 60 different combinations. If you grab an arm straight arm bar, two of which might end up with wrist lock arm bar, and then back lines. I'm not getting it, and you submit it every other.
Can you walk through that first time?
You'll be able to. But it's just like this. So we're here, you can play up inactive. Let's go. Everything stays except comes down my bicep. You want everything nice and tight. So tuck your head. There you go. That way he can't just swing through and grab this up. And then now this knuckle's gonna turn, swing and grab that. Now your other elbow is gonna come all the way up and around his elbow. There you go. And now kind of reach through and grab your shoulder. Now almost like you're going for a here. No, come on. There you go. Yeah, there you go. And then from here, you're gonna, once you got that, you're gonna tripod, and you're just gonna sit through and start walking back. Well, that could work, but there you go. Yeah, now put your weight on back to your chest, back on his chest, and lift your hips up off the mat. Yeah. And now you got that straight arm bar, you got a wrist lock. Now if you can't get any of that, or you someone say he grabs back behind your chest.
No, like, it doesn't matter if I never cross bar anything from that.
Which I was going to show one of those later. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I get.
So right there, now you just
I get people.
and shoot your leg.
I get people like this.
Pull that up.
What do you think you could do it over here?
If you get good at your back pressure, and then you transition, giving those spaces, sit through your chest. He's going through that whole transition. And if
That's what I felt like you were gonna do.
You got an arm lock like that from the sweep. Well, I just
You felt it?
I did set up. Yeah, we did.
Maybe like when you were
I did it because
we're tired.
You could, you could like you super tight. I would do that like here, where you pull your elbow down.
okay.
I have more success with pendulum sweep on tested skates than anything because everyone thinks then they just hold tight. Like you're not gonna get in, your elbow's gonna get out.
Yeah, keep my elbows around.
And then it goes into chaos from there. But here.
I think you missed the elbow. Grabbing the elbow.
Yep.
Is that a big getting your elbow over there?
Yeah. We're doing because first thing I'm looking, it's like a judo throw. If we do a 3-step judo combo, I want the first throw, but if you're not gonna give me the first, I want the second. You're not gonna give me the second, I'm gonna give you the third. So it's the same concept as when I wrap around, I want the arm bar first, but then when you start kind of like pulling everything tight, okay, I'll just.
Then you keep going.
Because I've learned from having this done to myself and doing it to bigger guys, if you're here and I start sitting into you and you try to hold your weight, it's going to lift your arm up with me, so you're going to get straight on right anyway. So you have 9 times out of 10 they're going to go over like that, thinking it's on your back. And the biggest thing is when you land there is that back pressure. You have to just drive it. You may not go too far. This is one like if you get this sit through or DJ, like when you put that back pressure, more likely their hands, they're going to probably go from, if they're up here, they're going to wrap around your chest, and then it gives you kind of an easy sit through your chest because they're already in that arm across the body situation. But if they don't do that, you can turn the other way. Like if I'm here, the head's up here, I can just walk the hip, turn, and then I'm into that reverse kesa, and I can grab the knees. Yeah, you can step on the knees. That's usually what I go to.
Will you do this to me? I don't know.
You'll do it again. Here, if you're grabbing, I would probably hold it like you grab this, and then 9 out of 10, what happens is you take this and you push it in. That's how I go. And then from here,
yeah.
and then I start walking. Because what I'll do is if I'm this low too,
Uh-huh.
this is usually how it winds up for me. So what I'll do is I'll squat.
Yeah,
I'll turn. It depends on where they go. But yeah, if you so if you're there again, now just kind of keep your base. Let's say already. Go ahead as I go to sit through, or I go to sit through or anything.
Yeah.
You're just gonna keep the same spot.
Yeah.
I'm finding my wife in the
I still got sweet.
Yeah, but you still got the. And I had my body lock was tight enough.
Well, see, if you notice, you knew the armbar was coming, so
No way.
you focus more on the body. Midway through, I was like, oh, he's focusing more on the body lock.
So
You
then
notice
you
it.
won't have to-
So then it takes you not worried about the sweep as much.
Which is probably what's gonna happen
Oh yeah.
with us, anyways, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like realistically.
And then someone, if I come over, my weight's just a little off, you can just almost like suplex reverse me right there as well. Right there, it was just like the second we landed, I automatically turned the step inside towards. I just got to turn.
Because it did feel like I could like uphill turn you a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But then when you transitioned, it was like there was nothing there.
And then as I transition, one of my first things is I go to transition here. I try to block that hip because your first thought is I turn it for you to test. And I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
And I stop that as quickly as I can. I don't win it always, but not to the 10. I try to stop
That's
that.
cool. Yeah, no, I like that.
That is beyond sure.
Yeah, bro, that guy has touched my soul so many times.
Okay, guys. No, she's before or after John.
But Howie was here.
All right, guys and gals. One more, and then we'll get some rolls in. So the next one is the same exact position. I might have Laurel do it. I think she can do it. So we call this a Peterson's roll. If you're old enough like me and you've done this long enough, we're here, same time. You're going to grab the far side one. So her body's over here. You're going to go this knee, same side you got the armor. You're going to go there and get the hell out of your way. So you're going to take all this, that right there. So she's just doing a nice little Mario roll. Sound effects are all improved here. So right here, she just grabbed that. Then come back with her. Take her first, grab that voice. You can sound, yeah, and then come up and then bring your knee to your knee. And then side and roll. And then right here, what she's going to do is, yeah, step over. She's right there. There you go. Easy breezy. Peterson's roll. This is why I started going for that first one, because you'll go for the Petersons on a guy twice your size. You would go like someone like Brad. We just drilled this kind of, well, what happens is you'll go for the Petersons, and they just kind of use that weight and muscle against you for this way, so you're not going to get it. You're not going to think you're going to roll, and you're just going to let the arm go, and you're going to be on your back again. So that's where that first one comes in, where you switch it and go inside, and you're going to get a lot of options there as well. This one here, it's kind of a quick one, so I grab here, and here she just goes for it. Yeah, and right there on the back, and the transition. One more time. With no work. They're kind of laying split straight chest on the back. Oh, that's not bad. Let's do it, 1, 2. That was good, that sucked.
That looks good, though.
I think it's funny when we're like, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Right in that rib.
That's good.
Yeah, every time, the same exact spot.
Your ribs are now mine.
Let's see, Jane.
I had
We got to the roll.
Okay.
No, you're gonna grab the top of the first now. Your right hand's gonna grab that. Now this one's gonna grab it. You can from here come through and grab your own wrist. So yeah, there you go. No, wrapping that. There you go. Now you got secure. Now bring your left knee, bring your right knee to your left knee. Like now you're going to then from here, start kind of. If you come up like that, it's fine. But for this girl, think of put this foot on the outside. And now go chest to your back, or back to your chest. And it's the same exact setup. As you can see, it goes into 70 different things. Oh wait, I
Yeah.
it's gonna be opposite hand. Opposite. Grab the other way. No. He's got there we go. Grab that. Okay. Now you're gonna do the exact same thing. This 3 arms gonna wrap around the elbow.
Exactly what I did.
Yep. And then now you're gonna bring your right knee to your left knee. You're gonna do it sideways down. There you go. Then you guys do exact same. Yeah, see, you're in that same spot. You would turn towards me. Well, I got you side control.
Yeah.
You would do it. Go ahead and do it. Back up on his back. Chest hard. Back on his chest. From right here when you land, you would do exactly what you wrap around your neck. And then you wrap it. Everything you did though, that's how you roll.
How you? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not like.
Where I have a tough time sometimes with beginner and DJ, I'll be like, well, I'll show like a pass, and it's like whatever happens after that, deal with it because you don't have to do everything.
You want to be having?
Yes.
That right there, if you can actually go beside
Help me to her.
Yep.
Let me know.
He always does.
This is just another option. And I feel cool when I do this one in a row. Yeah. It's always a good thing. And then you just hold. Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
I almost got you. I almost had you. Here, do it again. Are you bringing your knees together?
Well, I did something different that time. So
Okay.
you're talking to me or
You.
I had to for that one because I was here, and since I couldn't get the roll when I went for that knee press or whatever, I had to kind of get over this.
I think if you go do the knees together for the roll, for the Peterson roll.
So
Oh,
for this
Yeah,
one,
that's why I couldn't
if
pull
they're
you
on
up.
this side, I'm gonna take that. I've got this arm. I'm gonna take this one to see how it gets me out of my own damn way. And it also kind of loads them up on the hip. And then
And it, like you lose your base for the roll.
yeah. If you go widespread, yeah, you can. If you accidentally got here and you grab it, even if you had the outside one, if you went wider, you can still go for it to sit through there. I don't know what's exactly gonna happen, but you have options. It might get you out.
It felt like I was following that, so it didn't.
There.
It's important to say we use
The big thing on this one is you gotta kind of catch it when your weight's coming over. That's the big one. Like I said, the big guy moves to go to the inside every time. In my experience, your bigger opponent is stubborn and they try to muscle their weight down from sitting through, and then you armbar them.
Was it? Yeah,
It's just
it
a
was
map. I called you one time. Yeah, it was like one of Rob's first days, and you just had him out. He's like, oh. And he's like trying to tap on. Like, no, you can get out. And he was like, okay, hold on. And you're like, no, I just
Alright,
breathe
guys,
through it.
yeah. So everybody's picking that one up. Those two pretty easy. Those are the two. Depends on the person. So like if you two guys are rolling, the Peterson's roll is probably your better option. I'm not saying the other one won't work, but the weight, like if you're around the similar weight, you got their weight a little bit off. You got that Peterson's roll all day. Usually you catch that. It goes in. Jordan was going to side control with it. Natural. You go into some natural positions off that.
Yeah.
Kessa is just another option, but that's why I like to show from weird spots like that where you never even think there's an arm or anything. Most people, when you're new, you think, oh, he's got my back, he's going to win. Or he'll rack and he'll start pulling and doing all, and you're like, well, it's still choking like they said. I guess I'm going to get, and he's like, no, just break the arm. Never let them think they're safe no matter where they're at. I don't care if they have you dead right, choke, try and get it. Do something, poke their eyes out if it's a street fight. Do what you got to do to survive. So, tournament, that's a completely different game. Talk to Brian. I don't know tournament rules. They're going to throw a bean bag anyways to stop the momentum. So, this next one, once again, another odd positioning. We're going to be in a 50-50 guard. So, from right here, she's going to have the, so she's going to be wizarding. It's tough to get this one if you're in a moral position and have the wizard. That's where you have that arm over and push. So this really works when we're kind of stagnant 50-50, but the person with the overhook usually starts trying to drive that shoulder to the mat. Go ahead and drive. So if I don't do anything, that's what's going to happen. She can start taking my back, all that fun. Yeah, and then we're right back here, so it's not a bad thing to happen. But if you get this position before you get to the turtle, as she starts driving, all I'm going to do is take this left hand and we'll go between their legs, and then we're doing the exact same roll. And he's here, Peterson's roll. So from here, this time, not with that hand. See how my hand's caught underneath. So I come under and I lean forward, pull that out. You can come under, we'll swing it over, right back in that headless test. Once again, just another weird spot, but you get here a lot of times you'll be here, and you'll think of that wrestler takedown, which is there. If you're good at that, I found I suck at that, so trying to reach back, grab the ankle and the knee at the same time, and do twice a day, I'm always DJ. It's just, I'm not gonna overpower him here, so why fight against, a wall when I can just take him this way, and hopefully we both have a fun, easy ride. So from here, she starts riding, knees together, swing through, come underneath, hold. There we go. One more time. Same exact swing, you're just there, and now go between, and you're just going straight back over like you did. You don't have to wait for them to start driving. So she starts driving, hands are over, come here. Now your hand's gonna get caught. I'm on top of her, which is on top of my hand. So I drive my hips this way, lift her hips, pull that out, sit there. Questions, concerns, thoughts about happiness?
I love it.
There we go. Let's do it. 1, 2. No one gave me a thought last time. I asked it 3 times.
I think it's great.
She didn't hear me on one.
I've never seen that roll from here.
I show this one in private all the time. Because I cannot do the double knee tap there. I can't.
I actually run around the back.
Yeah, there's the knee tap, and I found as the second you get up to 50-50 and you're quick and they have the wisdom, they start immediately. You just go, okay, I'll just go right back over.
Dude, if people want to wizard me, I'll do it. Bring it on.
I worked this with John at one of our newer guys this weekend, and I was like, I'm gonna show that to Kessa. Yep, perfect.
I'm coming your way, Laurel.
So now, pull, come under his arm with that top arm. And now from here, kind of sprawl out. And now from right here, start driving your hips, drive your left hip kind of towards the mat, and now pull your arm out. Oh, he's got the elbow. So right here, you've already got it. Right here.
Yeah.
If he keeps that on the hook, you're already in the catch. And yeah, once you get to catching, you start driving pressure, start working that arm out. Oh, yeah.
He's the elbow.
Yeah, perfect. And then just before you. Yeah, this one's good. Start shooting.
Well, are you gonna do this with me?
And from here, you have to start trying. Well, it's kind of turned feet down. So here, kind of turn like where you up. And yeah, now start kind of walking forward.
Every time I saw you,
From here, if you can look nice and tight like you're doing, you're going to have to go ahead and sit through the press. You're going to take your left leg and sit
Bring your knees together.
Yep, that's same position. Now, right here,
You're gonna dive underneath.
weight. Lean this way.
Under there.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And then you just come over the top.
Yeah.
Now, if they keep that arm too tight, I'll show you one thing. You're about to go through the question.
Well, I mean,
All right, guys and gals, real quick. One thing I've noticed with I think every group so far is sorry with Howard. So why don't you do that? So is when you come up, if I'm in this Kessa or she's on her back here, and as you come up, they have this arm overhooked right there. This one right here. And I get here. I'm trying to think. Come back down all the way in. So I'm trying to think of how you got to get this one.
I'm just keeping the wizard the whole way through.
So okay. So from right here, she got to hold it the whole way.
Yeah.
Here.
Keep the wizard, keep the wizard, keep the wizard.
So I start driving. She's got that wizard. My hand's still under her back. So what I'm gonna do is watch where my left hip goes from right here. Without her, I'm just turning the head. So right here, I get up on her hip and I turn. And I swim it through. Like I feel good. Like you're not gonna be up under here because if I'm up under here, she can reverse you. This arm that usually would come up under, they are really holding that here. From right here, you start walking. Because from right, if she doesn't give you anything and you're walking around the legs, okay, we'll take the full amount. If we really want the Kessa, from here, opposite hand's not going to shoot under yet. Got to disarm her. So it's trapped. I start walking and turn that hip. Yeah, post. And all I'm doing is, without her there, I'm up here, I'm swimming, coming through. So right here, I swim underneath, come through. Now I don't feel like I have the Kessa anyway, so.
Well, what happens if you swim it the other way? You just had the under there. Grab on her shoulder. Now sit there against it.
Well, the fun thing here is if she keeps that hand tight, go ahead. Now you're just weird. But if that happens, I start walking towards the head, pull that out.
Okay.
Which I was trying to, I think, show a few groups. So if she has this over here and you already sit through this hand here, grab that shoulder and pull down, lift your weight. She's not, go ahead and try and keep this arm as tight as you can. Because she's way up on this tricep. And then right here now, I've already broke the grip. Like my elbow is driving into her forearm. I start putting pressure, lean forward. Big thing on that is you gotta watch this elbow not getting there, because then she automatically will sweep you. So keep playing with that. If you have an option, if they're keeping it before you set through the Kessa, or they're hardcore holding it. So if she's on her back here, just on her back. If she's got, what's this one? No.
Yeah.
So right here, if you got that, no,
No, it's the other side. You're right. You were on the other side.
So right here, I get up here, I start walking, this arm's underneath, turn that, break it out. If you don't feel like you go, you have an easy path to Kessa. If you're not already under the arm, it's kind of out of the way with her arms way up here blocking and stuff. If all of this is where you're at, you still possibly sit through the Kessa. I would advise from right here, if she brings this in tight and everything, just go to side control. But if all the avenues are open, you're already here, and you pop that out, think of, don't try to do that. Swim, like the lead just in check, and set through. So keep doing that one. Try and pop that arm out the best you can, and any questions, keep working. This is another one of those I think you really have to drill it.
I took my pants last night when I got home, and I don't know what my wife did with them. I was like, where am I keeping it?
Oh, you're one of those people everything's got to match.
No.
Well, we're been picking on him because he said he's always doing white gi this year.
I am doing white geese.
Except for his,
Except for my class.
I grab whatever's clean you are. I don't care if it matches or not.
No wonder his wife gets your pants.
Now go ahead and sit through and start putting pressure on him. Yeah, she feel like he's broken that grip.
I was trying to keep it. Isn't that like you were able to pull it out no problem? Like,
yeah.
If you go ahead and sit through it, it puts a lot of pressure on that, trying to keep that control it pulls it out, and then you gotta
no.
if you could possibly wrist lock yourself as well.
Yeah.
Now if they stay up high like I normally do, is I come up to the hip bone, and then I'm gonna try and like I'm starting the lawnmower and I'm post, and I do that, and then I'll go for whatever. But a lot of
It's
people
easy for her to pull it out. Like,
yeah, the size difference really helps right here too.
I'm thinking.
Oh, so real quick, so which one's going?
I haven't done
Okay, so you're gonna switch your arm. So for this one, now you're gonna come through there and now start driving that shoulder to the mat. There you go, yeah. And as he drives, you're just gonna shoot through on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And it's not like I have no clue what I'm doing. I get it.
I would do that. I would hold on to it for the sake of holding on.
I show so many headlocks where people will hold on. Now Brian's saying, well, yeah, I'm just gonna walk. That's why I'm like, I'm just gonna bear crawl the whole mountain. Your arm's gonna be up here, and then I break it open. And then because you're mean, and I'm gonna walk back and forth. Whether or not you're like, just break my arm, I'm like, no.
I'm not giving you that easy out.
Your hand's supposed to be like right here.
I'm gonna put my knuckles in the karate because I'm a nurse in training and I know how to choke you unconscious. It's easier now. It's for my test. They were showing us the carotid arteries and I had to take that test, and I was like, I was looking at the dummy, and I was like, oh, and then it was just like 3 of us in there after class. I was like testing where they put the knuckles. Because I was like, oh, that's a way quicker. I was like, I was just being mean. There's an easier.
Is that my beautiful blonde?
All right, guys, down.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna borrow Mr. Howie for this one. This is right here in the middle. So this is just a kind of a we can drill it. So he's on his back. We're gonna already be in Kansas. So one of the traditional or setups for submissions is you get this arm, you got your straight arm bars, you got your Americana, all that fun stuff. But what happens when both of those as seen on TV moves do not work, and they, as you go to do this, they kind of just wrap their arm around. So yeah, that right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze. I'm just squeezing my knees. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to come up on my. I'm going to take these 2 knuckles right here, not the fist, the knuckles. You're gonna come inside, you're gonna find that karate, and you're just going to kind of put nice little. Because as much as he wants to fight, I've got my weight up. If he starts getting loose with his arm, you can start looking for that arm bar again by just sliding your leg back if his arm's farther than I think you got an arm bar. But the second he does all that, you can even pull his arm up like that, like a little, like you're going to do the semi thing, the choo-choo. But then from right here, his elbow is pinned against my inner thigh. If he's not strong enough, you got a nice little easy wrist lock. Don't do it as a Howdy, two-time champ. I don't want him to punch you in the face. But right there, you have an easy little wrist lock. But if wrist locks are not your game, and you're like me, you want to see that savagery, take your two knuckles. You can even start with a fist in the last second, but then you're going right there in the karate. You see the voice changes, and then when I'm pulling his head up as I'm doing that, you make him sound like Alvin the Chipmunk if you're old enough to understand that reference. And then you give your tap right there. Very neat, very fun. Good stuff. So let's do that one real quick. Just because some of you are white belts and some of you are higher ranks, I want you guys to do it for these guys and then complain that it's working.
No, you're not.
You're just as hard on Brian.
I had a John, it's what John. It's from here. Oh, that sucks, right? I'm gonna make a nice little W or a little U.
It's like
And I did nothing.
Hey,
Think of when we did world training together, me and John. That was 3 straight hours one night. Every time I got it wrong, he would go no, and then he would punish me like damn near, and then he'd choke me, whatever. Every time I tried to do it. So it was that hardcore John training. It was like just me and him just before the days of Philly, where I got to be me and Philly on the same John.
With your husband?
And if he didn't make John want to tap, then it was wrong. So
You're not there.
I always joke. I said
know
Brian
where it
sent me to train with John to kill me, and it was like he didn't work.
No,
It made me a better
Sharp.
human being because
Hey,
I went
Sharpie.
from training with him to Chris.
Sharpie, help her find my karate.
nobody ever just lets me. I don't practice. I'll just do it in real life.
Yeah, even there, it's just a little bit. Still on a man, you got it almost makes that peak in the valley. So where his dad is up with that, slide up a little bit above that, and you're.
I feel like it's cheating, just like, but it's a little too dangerous.
And at the same time, pull.
You're not being very mean.
I see what you're kind of doing all that.
Be mean.
This is
You're not gonna hurt
two mids. You're doing the snake teeth. Yeah.
You're too hot. Right here.
A little more. I think here. You're on the side, a little more here. And then if he started trying to do like that, or like really trying to like muscle you over, you would let go really.
Oh, yeah. Girls. Yeah.
And even if you
I
got you,
swear.
let's say where you're at, he got you up here, like here, you're gonna shoot that this one. And you would go nuclear. Like you're trying to break through at that point, you go, stay where you're at.
Down.
So like really, if I curl my wrist over to try to pull it in,
It's such an easy because you bait your elbow where it can't move from now. One of those, if you do Green's thing, that's something that I don't know Green doing to me. And Brian doing to me. You get that arm trapped in there and then they hold up.
Everybody's gonna start like curling it in.
Yeah. Most people do, because what they think is exactly that, is they're like here and they curl and they think they're just going to be back there and come up. That's what we all think we're going to do in the heat of the moment, and then you get rid of it. Or now you got to get it. Even if you don't get to choke, this thing literally stops someone dead in their tracks from trying to break them away.
there.
Even if she does that, yeah, you just break that instead.
Yeah, that's getting me too.
Chest pressure down. You know it's good when you, I learned when you let off and your rib decompresses, that's when you got good pressure. If it decompresses for you, that means it sucks. I've tried to teach that to so many people, and it's like, yeah, you literally just have to drill on someone who takes punishment for hours because it's the only way you get it down. Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm like trying to open my neck up as
You can
much as I
literally,
can.
it's like, if you see the road up like that, you're gonna touch it, and not the they have the tightest grip in the world, you start doing that, more likely this grip, they're gonna have to stop it somehow, so then that loosens, and that's how you get out of the water. I used to be like Martin, I was I'm fighting full time, 145, 125 pounds.
Or like Arnie, like he has some like.
Do it like him. That's the only thing I would say is touching your throat, make him do that, and you break the grip. You're gonna get called so many fun names, but who cares? If you want to live on top and you're surviving, that's what it's about. Once again, I don't know if this is tournament legal, I don't care. This is legal in here.
It's legal.
If you want to compete, there's a whole rule set for that. The thing too is even if he doesn't tap or you don't tap it, think of this: you're pulling his head up, his arms strapped, and you're pushing pressure here. It's very uncomfortable regardless. If you get someone who's gonna try to muscle that, Edward for instance, just keep that in because once you get in that mindset of if he gets out, he's going to do exactly something worse than he should and worse than okay, let me just make it as bad as I can. Same thing with Chase. It's like if you get this, at least it's perfect right, even if you have nothing. It's you get two things. You get pain tap or a choke tap. Here recently, I've started finding where those drives are at way better. Nursing program. But I used to come in here like right there, right beside the Adam's apple, and then I would turn the keys like in there, I turn and then I push up, so it's more of a pain tap. And now I just come up with Schroeder and start pushing it full. It can be a pain or a choke, but it's very unpleasant to do. And they have a mouthpiece so hard, they're on hard, but that's not the side. Then it turns into a pain sound real fast.
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, barely breathe back in.
It's like real on rib. Rib on rib. It's my rib cage, right? And like kind of get the rib there, and then as you move that hip forward, you kind of go in, up. So just like straight down, down.
Well, that's even worse. And then what will happen too is if he doesn't tap you, if the arm pulls back, you may even just straight arm. Yeah.
It's almost like
It probably could be something to arrange. So,
Yeah.
pressure tap.
I'm not opposite.
Yeah, hold that.
She's tired. She's opposite tired.
yeah, that's
I know.
We'll try.
Alright, guys, gals. I never do my pressure except one side because I'm horrible at it.
I don't know, is it obvious you do?
While he's doing this, go ahead and grab all that again now. Now this is a perfect, I was talking about this a second ago, where the wrist lock comes into play or anything. This is how he's right here. Let's say his weight's just a little bit up. And now DJ, you're just going to try and bridge and roll that way. It's a very common thing when you're a smaller guy on top of the big guy. So come back real quick. That's one option. Go ahead and start gator choking him. And all you're going to do, you're going to put that knuckle in there as he bridges and rolls you. And you're going to, his head, where you have all that, now you're going to, as he rolls, you're going to pull that head tight and you're going to drive that into his throat. And when he comes up on top, you don't let go of it. It's going to be very tough, and then squeeze you would keep this squeeze down as well. So if this happens, and you have that headlock and you're in there for the gator choke, you're still in a very good spot. He's going to have to rely 9 times out of 10 of bringing this across the head and trying to pop that off. And this arm is going to become very vulnerable, but more than likely you're going to get that tap right there. Or if he does explode out of all that, how he would take from right here, because as he goes to explode out, how he would just take his top knee and try and get that shin in there for. That's a whole nother ballpark of jiu-jitsu for today, but that's going to happen, move like that when you're the smaller guy and you let your weight just get a little bit. You see bigger guys will just think, I'll just roll out of it. Or even if you feel the weight, you're like, I'm going to roll, and then if they just headlock that old schoolyard headlock. It's that headlock down, and they drive that in there deeper, and your arm is still straight down the pot. Like you come up on top, you feel comfortable, but then you have to rely on like popping their head off, and sometimes they may tuck your chin, you can't get around. And we're talking microseconds of either choke or pain right there, and I would hope it's choke because it's pain. It's very painful very fast. So we're going to line it up from there. That's just a little added bonus of if you can't find nothing, you keep trapping that arm, and you're like, nobody keeps getting a submission right here, but I can't get it. There's something for you. Just put your two knuckles, either these two or these two in there. Don't do the fist because the fist kind of gets cluttered in there. Too much going on in the pot for the cups. So just take the two pieces right there and drive them up in there. As you pull the head, make them make sounds. As I told our 2 new guys, most of you already know from being called names. You're going to get called fun names for this stuff. If they say you're doing sharp shit, that means you're being mean. That's what we want. Something else. But anything that can give you an off-focus blocks or you just don't know how you're doing. If you start cutting off the neck, the brain stem, they're going to have to react. Like arm trap, and they think they're strong, and you start touching here, and it's exposed, they're going to have to do something to stop that, or else they're probably going to start losing consciousness. And that's where we start catching all the arms, all that fun. So we're transitioning from transition. We'll get to tap 1 or 2. As they said in Rocky IV, he dies and dies. Carl Weathers had a good career out there. But, July 12th, 10 to noon, wrist locks from everywhere with Master Dream. One of those that when I showed something like that, like you can find wrist locks literally from everywhere. It's once you unlock that and you start seeing them everywhere in your jiu-jitsu game, it becomes a lot of fun to where you start catching wrist locks everywhere. But he's our head coach out of LBMA. If you never got to train with him, it's fun to train with. It's $50, 2-hour seminar. Then after that, Evelyn's getting promoted to her black belt. Will be our second female black belt. Forca's the first. I think that makes number 10 in the gym, if not over.
I think it's 10.
I think we're right at 10 black belts now. Then right after that, it'll be probably about a 10 to 20 minute ceremony, a lot of crying. They're gonna have food here, pupusas. Brian and Cora are providing the main stuff. There's a sign-up sheet if you want to bring something. Most of you already know this, but I just keep saying it. So even if you don't want to come to the seminar, even if you don't know ever, show up around noon. That's when the food's going to start getting served. You yourself free lunch. No problem. Hang out with the family. It's kind of like a little family picnic for some people. Howie's pretty good about shoving food in people's laps. So if you want to bring a piece of Tupperware, throw something in it, take it home. Because they got to get rid of the food somehow. Last time I came up here to pick Kari up, and they're like, here, take all, and I took home 2 things full of food. So you can get yourself some free food out of it too. So come out, hang out, watch. If you don't want to do a seminar, you can go up, just watch the seminar, kind of get an idea of the Savage Master Dream. He's like a live action hero in my opinion. And yeah, those of us who train with him, he's a very scary dude. He's calmed down a lot, but yeah, he's a very scary dude when he wants to. I'm sure Howie's seen the fun side of him. The competition side is a very scary guy. But other than that, we'll go ahead and bow it out. Air high five.
He had like some kind of surgery, and after that, he was so much more chill.
Yeah, he had both. Oh, he had the elbow, wasn't he?
Like an elbow, and a knee, and a hip.
Yeah,
I've
he got
seen
both
him-
hips. Yeah.
I've seen him yell at a teenage girl because she wouldn't fight back until he kicked her and she fell on the ground.
Yeah.
And like, I mean a young teenage girl, not 17.
I
And she was
threw.
crying.
We had a team workout at the last location, guys, back when we would do team workouts all the time, and you'd have 7 or 8 of the sister schools come in. We hosted this time. I threw Joseph Tran. Probably nobody knows. He used to fight for B3. I don't know what he does now, but he was a champ at the time. Little guy. I threw him with a Uchimata. I landed in full mount, or side control, and I stood up. That was the first time I got it. I was a blue belt, and Green got right here in my ear, like a football coach, like screaming, "You never fucking stand up!" I'm just sitting there, 70 plus people in there, all stopped and turned. I'm just sitting there, ghost white, and it's like, "He's gonna kill me! He's gonna kill me!" He's gonna kill me. I didn't even try to explain what I was doing. I was like, "Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir." So, but yeah.
Killer! She's bleeding.
So when you think, oh, these guys in here are savages, we come from savages, so it's very tough to turn that off.
I want to be a savage someday.
We're going next week. So we want eggs.
I always joke, I always come back to we have a whole, like in my time growing up, I had a job.
Yeah.
And I antagonized Don Right. And then I would roll as hard as I could. Like I would do like that David choke stuff. I would see 15 seconds of. I would do all that knee stuff and I pull the yeah, and just like pull him as tight as I could, go ahead and the timer would go off and he would have like just going with the next and do it on purpose so they know when next got the run.
I feel like that happened to me several times. Thanks, Sharp.
Oh, you got a legit roll.
Oh my, yeah. One time, I don't even know what we were doing, but I was here at a night class and nobody wanted to roll with it. People were ducking it. And I was like, John, I'll roll with you again. I had like 4 rolls.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, no one would ever want to. I was like, I'll take my beat. And then you just got to do a chill roll. But then, chill roll